Hello, welcome back. It's Melissa coming to you today with a brand new video. So what I'm going to be showing you is I will be showing you how to navigate around the OutSchool platform. So this video really is intended for those of you that are new to the OutSchool platform. A bit about me: I post every single week about how to teach online. I also have my own tutoring business and I work in B&M schools. So here we go. If you go to schedule, first off, I'll show you how to schedule a section. I'm just going to choose a random class here. See, that's an absolutely fake class that I've got just to show you for this presentation. Then you will be presented with this section here. So I'm going to show you how you can list a class and add additional sections. This will save you a lot of time, because when I first started, I was scrambling around and I didn't really know what to do. So first off, you add a meeting. So add a meeting, we will say just some fictitious place in the future, like the 18th. Let's say 8 p.m. Right, there we go. Now that class is listed. Notice how it's on private. You need to click public in order for it to go public so that people can actually book this. Now, there has been times when I've listed a class and I'm like, oh, crickets, hearing nothing. It was because my class was on private. To add another section, you just come down here, additional sections, right here, and it brings it through to here. So this is how you add a completely new section. So again, add a meeting, let's say 21st here, just like this. And yet again, you would put this to public. This is fictitious for me, so I'm not putting it to public. If you go down, this is where you can change the amount of spaces you have in your class. So if you want to add more seats into your class, then you can add more seats into your class. If you want to change your pricing, your price structure, then you can change your price structure and have it as high or low as you want to do this. If you want to cancel a section, you would come down to here and come in and cancel your section there. So you would do this just here. So that's how you do this. Add up a makeup meeting, you would do that. So maybe if you want to make a section that isn't public, you could have add a meeting. So if maybe you don't want that public for some reason, maybe, for example, you're offering some sort of discount or something and you don't want everyone coming in at that point. I'm not quite sure. There's lots of different reasons as to why you might do this. Then you can copy this link if you want to, and you can then share that link with others so that you've got that. I'm going to show you now in the classroom. So this is the start. This is inside the classroom. You can click Start Live Meeting when your class is ready to start. So what you would do is you would come onto your schedule, you see your class, then click Start Meeting. This is where you can post things to the class. So add a video, add a file, say hello, send. And when you press send, you've got a choice. You can publish now or publish later. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of people have said that this has been really glitchy. When they try to publish something later, it hasn't always worked. I myself haven't had any problems, but I've only ever done this on 2 occasions. So I haven't sort of done it for every single lesson, but it can save a lot of time. If you've got paperwork, like worksheets that you want to put out for a certain time, you can publish for later, which when you're really busy, absolutely helps. If it works 100%, it's a fantastic tool. But as I say, some people have said that it hasn't worked for them. If you go to learners here, we have no learners, but it will show you the learners here and who is withdrawn just there. On this section here, because we don't have learners actually here, but on this section, this is where this side where you can actually speak to the parents by writing messages. So the children will be on this side and the parent messages will actually be on that side. I will go into a live class so that I will show you in just a moment so that you can see well, actually, I don't think I'm going to do that. I would have liked to have done that, but then it's data protection. I'm actually showing you parents' names. So the best thing that I can do actually now is just show you that parents will be on this side and then you can actually send a message to them there. And this is where the class recordings would be. The class recordings would be here. So then you can share a recording with the class automatically if you want to, and you've got that choice where it says at the bottom to do that. And here is where you can edit information if you want to edit what you've already done. And you can go up here just to have a look at your listing. So it says view listing. We'll see here. And this is what it looks like. 55-minute class, 3 to 6 kids maximum. It's got all ages because I didn't put an age. $10 total. And Wednesday the 21st. See there, it just meets the once, so it doesn't meet again. So that's what that would look like. I will now show you how you can upload an image here. So I do have another video about how to create images on Canva, like moving the background, for example. I think now a lot of teachers are starting to realize that their images are really important for selling the classes. So I have given a tutorial with that. But if you just go to manage class just here, I will now show you how you can upload an image. Click edit just here. Then it will come to this section where you can write your title. So write great title, write a summary, choose which section your class is going to be in before you send that up to submission. At this point, you can put one time or multi-day. When it's multi-day or ongoing, this is where you actually can have more than one time. So once this has been sent off, you can't actually change this once it's been sent off. So you will have an option of having it for several days just down here. So one time, if you want to change it to the course meets live 2 times per week, you can have this for 1 week. Maybe you want them to meet 3 times in 1 week because maybe it's a camp, or maybe you're going to do that over 4 weeks, for example. And this is where you can put the ages, because you saw there I didn't have an age. So I might just put something like this just to show you what that looks like. And then you have an example, and they've given you prompts of what to put for a course description. Now, classes can get rejected, and classes do get rejected all the time. I see in the groups that they can get rejected constantly. So it's best to follow the system, put it through, read their feedback, fill out the learning goals, the homework if there's any assessments. And I think what's really, really important is teacher expertise. Even if you put at the front of your page that you've got a degree, you've got a master's degree, PhD, that you've been teaching for years in something, they really want this box to be filled out just before it's approved. So always make sure, just cover yourself and fill out this teacher expertise box so that they don't send that back to you. And it will say here as well, you can have your calculator of how much you will be receiving after the 30% cut. So you don't even have to do the mathematics. It's already done for you. So $10 would see me earning between $5 and $11 per week on my minimum and maximum of children per class. So my minimum was 3 and my maximum was 6. What if I change that to 1 child? And what if I change my price from $10 to $5? Now, what will I see? Let's have a look at that. So after 30% cut at $5 per child, I would be seeing $1 for that child. If I just have one child in my class, if I had a few children in my class, a few more, it'd be $5 a week. Think about how much tax you're going to pay on that. I don't know. I don't know if you will pay tax on that. No idea what the tax man. You can never get rid of the tax man, can you? Now you have limited, moderate, and flexible. Limited is a full refund until a week in advance or within 24 hours of the purchase. Now, this is the one that I generally go for, the limited one, especially when it's a camp, when I'm like trying to sell spaces, because remember that if you could have a class listed and then last minute, you could have a parent that says to you, oh, there's a clash. Is it okay if I come out of this class, which I've had before? And I've said, well, no, you're telling me on the day. If there's been a clash with something else, that's something you need to deal with. And then I've had the parent just continue with the class, because you can't tell someone, a teacher, on the day when your class is full. In fact, I had two sets of classes, camps that I was running. 2 were full and people wanted that space. So that's why you have the limited refund, in order to protect yourself. So that's my advice for something like that. You then have these other ones which are flexible. Then you can press request listing. I will now show you how to upload an image. If you just go to add image just here and then get something off your desktop and then add it, you'll be able to upload that and it should work. So let's have a look there. So there's an example. Just save this for you, upload. Now, I did find that when I first started and I wasn't sure about the dimensions, because the dimensions on there I found really complex. I was just trying to find an image from anywhere and it just kept being rejected from Outscore. And I managed to find one off Google and I was like, oh great, it's Creative Commons. But then when I joined Canva, that really changed the game and made it so much easier and saved me so much time, because it becomes really frustrating if you can't find a picture that is Creative Commons and B, a photo that fits this size, because all you've got is 600 pixels. Come on, what does 600 pixels actually mean in the world of putting something up? And when you're frustrated and you've got these classes to listen, you just want to keep working. In the end, you just put anything. And I've seen some images out there that have been very questionable. I'm like, well, what's that got to do with your lesson? It's just a picture of you on a beach, for example. But I can understand how you get frustrated, and to that point where I was the same, I was just like, oh, anything will do, just get it up there. Now, obviously in the summer, I could get away with that. These days, with the new teachers and more coming to the platform, you've really got to have an image that's compelling, because things are just not going to fly off the shelves like how they did before. So that's my tutorial on the basics of how to schedule a class in the back end. I hope you found that useful. If you have done, please give this video a thumbs up. Please smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.